Good morning. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you. About 55 minutes to the opener here on another just picture-perfect Saturday, another picture-perfect day here in Hollandale Beach. Solid 11-race card. Welcome in, Samantha, here. And going to draw the Kentucky Derby a little later. Bummer of the news this morning with our buddy and Curlin Florida Derby winner, Tapan Street, is out of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
big scratch.
Yeah, very frustrating. I heard it was a condylar fracture. The good news about that is
talk about that. What's going on
there? It's just it's a break that would be essentially, well, for him it was the front, but it's just a small kind of little line that will go up and they can put a screw in. It's hard to explain without seeing it, but they usually put screws in it. For instance, of course, Maxfield, he condylared and he came back to win a graded stakes. So the good news is if everything goes well and the break is clean enough, they screw it up, good to go.
Well, that is what it is. There's going to be a big player in the Derby next Saturday, and we had three prep winners here, Burnham Square, Sovereignty, and Tapan Street. Now we'll have two of them that are big players in the Kentucky Derby. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow when they draw that field tonight. And, of course, we're going to have the podcast, and we're still going to a lot of Derby stuff in there. So that's pretty cool, too. Yeah. But back here, Rainbow Six in race 5 today on an 11-race card. You can see already $200,000 in the estimated jackpot. The carryover 1-1-1. That's a lot of money to be at it. And it's a good card today as well. Fun turf stakes a little bit later on. And early pick 5 in about 54 minutes. We'll take a look at my ticket now. A lot of bobbing and weaving. I didn't lose a top pick in this sequence, but I lost a horse that was a must-use. You can see the spread in race number 1. Race number 2 is my best bet of the day. That is Richard Avenue, and that 5-2 on that one. In race number 3, the 6 for me, that is Ocala Dream, at which should be a price. There is no price on Roxy in race 4 because the 9 came out. Mardama, that's a huge scratch, and Roxy will be a very short price now. And in race number 5, Toto Fino's the 2 at a short price. I'm going to try Dropkick Murphy, though, back on the main track for the first time in a while. Too deep in that spot. I've got an $18 early pick 5, and that pool should be very, very healthy, and we'll kick that off at about 53 minutes, but we'll kick off this opener now, see where you're going. I said, to me, it was a big spread race, 6 furlongs and a 12-5 maiden claimer. These are 3-year-olds and up. A big scratch of the 1 Blazing Tyreek takes some speed and a big player out of the race. The 8 Valiant Package is out as well.
I always had the 7 on top here. Yeah, I think you're doing what I'm doing is all the other proven runners in this race, well, I don't even want to call them proven because they're still maidens, but they're just nothing to write home about. And don't look at us like we're crazy picking a horse that hasn't been seen since 2023, but his races fit here. You look at the breezes, on paper at least, they're solid enough. There's just a few 3/8. I wish there was maybe a little bit more stamina in here, but I don't think you have to be a killer to win.
Yeah, I want to tell you to watch the odds on this horse. They bet a horse yesterday. I think I had him at 15 or maybe 10, and he went off at 5-2 for this barn, and they were right. And the horse did not look like 5-2. I got no problem being wrong. He didn't look like 5-2, and he won easily. Make sure you check the tote on this horse. Big scratch of the 1, obviously, too, but wouldn't shock me if they send it in on Guy's trip if he's ready to go. The layoff is substantial.
Well, it's huge, especially on the dirt.
Exactly. And you're still going outside another way with the 3 Triumvirato here. Broke dead last. I thought this horse was sneaky today for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, because that was just his first start last time, and so
and they bet him too.
Yeah, they did, which is huge in a race like that. So I think that, and that, oh, by the way, was during the championship meet too, the day after Pegasus. So there you go.
Broke dead last and still made the front. He's on my ticket. He's not on my screen. Let's still show you now what's going to be left of Plex and Loyal Clement.
Yeah.
Clement, the 1 Blazing Tyreek is out. He ran pretty well in this spot. Plex, I picked this day. They bet him again. I got to start seeing more from Plex before I'm going to get involved.
Yeah, and now we've got short rest coming back as well. So I'm going to go with maybe some fresh legs. You see him, he tries a little bit, but it's like his wheels are just spinning. I'm not sure how much interest he has in being a racehorse.
Yeah, and the blinkers came off. That did, he ran better. I don't want to beat him up that much.
No.
He's going to get beaten less than 2 lengths here. But I agree with you. It seemed like he lost a little focus into the far turn, even right here, still being a little bit green there when he did have some run, and he wanted to run up behind Blazing Tyreek. He can kind of win without me. But if you're playing a real ticket, you got to use him at least, kind of the old damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess.
Exactly.
Early pick 4 in race number 2. We're on the turf here. The rails are out at 59 feet in what is a 17.5 maiden claimer, 3-year-olds and up. Let's scratch out the 3, Midnight Maestro. I'll tweet out this early pick 4. It's just a run back for me. It's a tight ticket as well. You can see not a lot of clever things going on. This is my best bet, Richard Avenue.
Oh, yeah, I like it. This horse is the likeliest winner.
Yeah.
They take the blinkers off. Now, he is facing a few 4 and up horses, but in a race like this and on the grass course, and you look at the field he faced last time, I don't think he should be too worried
No,
here.
I couldn't agree with you more. Now, what's going on with Relentless Raider? We're both coming back to him. Jen Young and Powder Pop off the claim. Boy, did he stink last time at 3-1.
Yeah, he did. I do want to I think that the Folktale Chill the J race maybe was a little bit better than it looked. I don't know. Maybe not. I know it's 25, and now we're in for 17. It's more kind of lateral here. But he broke from the rail. He showed a little bit.
Yeah, he beat 2 horses.
Yeah, he showed a little bit for a little bit of time.
Yeah, and we'll see. We're coming back to him. I have a lot of respect for this outfit here and what they do. So we'll give them another chance. But to me, I don't disagree with you. Let's show the 10 here, Imperatus, who you're 100% against. I've got him further down. Solid run. Don't get me wrong. But now we're facing older horses. We've got a tricky post position as well. He's a fade to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You had the winner this day, Bolt to Run for the Vertex, finally getting off the duck there. I'm not a huge fan of this race.
No, and the rail's out at 59 feet as well. That's not going to help Imperatus either. Miko Husband's going to have to. Miko Husband's, I gave a good ride on the turf the other day. I got to give him credit for that. Middle pick 5. Ever popular in race number 3. We'll go $170 on the Tapeta and a starter optional claimer here. 4-year-olds and up. Scratch out the 3. Bold Advance. She's on the. I'm on.
No, I am.
No, you are on that ticket. Ronnie's got the pick 4. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're delegating him out now. This is my best bet, Nate the Great here. In race number 4, I do scratch into the 7. That was my top pick there. Lewis's Courage on the class drop. Race number 5, I'm just singling Totofino. I think he's just the one. Race 6, I have the 3 on top. That's the start of the Rainbow 6 and that Tropical Turf pick 3 that's back today. I'm spreading. And then in race number 7, oh, man. If I get this far in it, I have a feeling I'll get paid here. Honestly, I think so. I've got the 3 Big Boy Jack on top, but race 7, I throw a dart at it. Yeah. I just left out a couple. I thought it was a tough race.
Yeah, I'm with you there for sure. Well, let's start it out here with 8, Nate the Great off the claim for the Debona Barn, who got it done yesterday.
Yeah.
We weren't really sure about that, but Nate the Great is a pretty significant class rise for him.
It is, but he's coming off of 2 big wins.
Yeah.
When you're coming off of a non-winners of 3 win, off the claim for Safi, or that day he was claimed from Safi, and then they brought him back, Marty Drexler did, for a $10,000 claiming open. That's a hard jump to come up and win, and he did it easily. Very easily, I thought. I love this post. I love that Edgar Zayas, who was his regular rider with Safi, is now back aboard here, too.
Yeah, and it's tough to improve off Marty or Safi, but Bobby Debona does a good job.
Yeah.
That is to be sure. Ocala Dream's a price for me for Amity and Jose Gallegos. I like these guys. I like getting back to the Tapeta, too.
For the first time with these guys.
For the first time with these guys. That was a good turf effort last time. I know the Tapeta race wasn't pretty last time, but look at that race in June. That'll work here.
Yeah, I had to look for it a second.
Yeah, it's a ways back.
Yeah, fly the W. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was a tough race. Yep.
So, can he get to it? I don't know, but he ran well off the claim last time against a very, very good group.
F&X. I haven't seen that sire in a while. He was in the Derby.
Jimmy Jerkins back in the day. Yeah, Jimmy, New York bred, actually. Got pretty good as an older horse.
Yeah, he did. A guy from Oklahoma owned him, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Jockey Club Gold Cup, I think. They
Something.
couldn't write a race far enough for F&X. Clear Destination, I think, is the horse to beat. That was a good effort for 35 two back.
It really was, and then he was on the bench for a little bit. The turf race was okay. They were all bunched at the finish, but you look back at his Tapeta races, and they're solid.
Shankar now 2 starts removed from the Safi barn. He ran very well last time at a big number. Soulmate was good. I think you had Soulmate. I don't know if we're going to keep this form.
I don't know either. Immediate Sensation ran second on the grass, not yesterday, Thursday. So I don't know if we'll keep it either. He's going to have to.
If he does, he's arguably the best horse in the race. Yeah. On the Tapeta in race number 4, that middle pick 4, ever popular, $35,000 maiden claimer, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Ronnie's got the ticket. Let's take a look at that now. Do you want to scratch the 9? That's the big scratch, biggest one of the day. 9-5 morning line favorite out of this race. Ronnie goes 4 deep. 2 deep in race 5, and then a 3x3 late double to get out of it. That race number 6 on the turf is a fun one, and Samantha talked about race number 7 as well on the Tapeta. $36 here. He's going 4 deep. I don't need anybody but Roxy. What do you got going on here? Because Roxy's Tapeta race laps this field.
I don't know.
Okay, good. At least you're going somewhere different. Lois's Courage, second off a long. This is the other one now, to me.
Yes, definitely. Blinkers go off too. You kind of mentioned this. Mika Husband's riding for Mark Cassidy.
Yeah.
It's interesting because he hasn't really just a couple of times. But she's a 4-year-old. Like you said, this is a very big drop in class. I did not have this horse on top, contrary to popular belief, but I do like this post position.
Lois's Courage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what did you think?
No, you have her on top, right?
No, but I didn't have her originally. I had the 9. I'm saying I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Besides what you might think of putting a DJ Sable horse on top.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, named after their late mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Very cool. I had the 9 on top. Roxy now, to me, golly, that race, she's 3-5 in here.
Yeah. Blinkers go off, too.
Blinkers come off. That was the only race. We're talking about the debut on Tapeta, the only time she had blinkers off, and that was a really good race. Didn't work at 2 turns, didn't work on the main track. Carlos David, Brian of Arundel, Edgard, short number.
Yes. Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got Lasso home yesterday for these guys. Good work there. Let's go one more before the break here. Rainbow in race number 6 on an 11-race card. This one's 6.5 furlongs on a fast main track. 4-year-olds and up. Clean field of 7. Toto Fino's going to be a short number in here. He just blasted Golden Skull and Amore Lejano. We'll show it to you. I don't have any factual information, but I'm going to assume that Iniel Cordero won a big shake on this horse for the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? This was such a big drop in class, and was it suspicious? Yeah, maybe. At the same time, he hadn't been doing anything since 2022, and his race record is very spotty, so I think that this maybe, yes, it was a class drop, but maybe this is where he just belongs now. He did it comfortably here.
Oh, yeah.
This is how a 1-5 is supposed to win. I'm sorry, but Golden Skull, he trucked on, and Amor Lejano did too, but you match them up again today. How are you going to beat
Well,
him?
That's the thing right there. You can't use those horses for sure. As Ronnie would say, the old jiggy jog in the park there. I don't know if Pete gave the easy money, but that was the definition of it right there. Which is why I'm not taking any of those other horses. I'm just going to try Dropkick Murphy. It's a Samantha angle here. We're back on the main track. Yeah. We haven't done it in ages. He does have a win on a fast main track. You get Edgard. I don't know. Amador Sanchez, we're waiting. Are we going to get going here or what?
I can't figure it out. It seems like it's on the precipice, but it's not really broken through yet.
No, and I like back just quickly on Toto Fino before we wrap here. I like what Iniel Cordero's doing here. Listen, he knows he's 6, 7, 8-5 for this level. We don't need to get crazy. You want to claim him, you go right ahead. I'll take a big purse and we'll get out of here. So I don't have any reservations or trepidation that he's back at the bottom where they claimed him from. Yeah. Because, you said it too. That might just be where he is right now. And you go up to 8, you go up to 10. They're better horses.
Yeah, they are.
Way better in this group, that's for sure.
Exactly. And I think just for now, this definitely fits for him.
Yeah,
Beginning Greenpoint is kind of like your 3. He's never been on the fast main track. And I found a stat with Ron.
Oh, you got
Boyd.
one? Yeah, let's see it. Okay.
Yeah, as well, because this is Tapeta to dirt. Look at this in the money percentage.
Yeah.
91.
91. You know what that is? That's 10 out of 11.
That's a lot.
Well, That's a lot.
So don't leave him out of your tries.
No. And he ran very well, too. I just didn't know what happened last time.
I don't know either. That was really weird. But
right.
He's like, don't pay attention to the last 2 breezes on the dirt. I mean, I haven't seen the 47 and 2 breeze, but he's got some zip on the main track at least.
Yep. The problem for him is, the problem for everybody is Totofino's real fast too.
That's true.
So we'll see. But, yeah, good. It's an interesting horse. Trying the main track. He has worked very well over it back in January. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back for Rainbow Time. 6 of them remaining, $200,000 in the estimated jackpot.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Well, welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Another picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. 11 races for you. We're up to race 6. The Rainbow 6 gets going here. $200,000 in the estimated jackpot. Ronnie's got that ticket. Well, he'll be out here with me for the opener, and you can see the 43.20. He's got one single in race number 9. I'm going to think that's his best bet of the day, and that is the 7. Where are we at here? Breathaway. Yeah, that's right. And she's one of 2 strong favorites in that one. A fun turf stakes feature. The spread is in race 8, 43.20 for Ronnie. Samantha's on the pick 3 here. Good to have that one back, and we'll take a look at her ticket. $3 minimum, 15% takeout.
$24 play for me, and you see my single is in race number 11, and that is Bring Me a Check. Edgar Zayas and Mike Maker on the grass. Could do worse with that.
Mic'd up, too.
And mic'd up, yeah.
Pink and yellow on there in the finale. Kick it off on the turf as well. 59 feet, the rails here at 1 1/16. An optional claimer for 3-year-olds and up. We've got a scratch of the 6, American Speed, and that's what he does. The 8, he's Pure Gold, and the 11, Swift Delivery. So some cheap speed out of there. See if it changes the complexion a little bit. We're both on the best horse. He doesn't have to win, but Lorenz is the best horse.
Absolutely. You're getting back with Lasix on again here today. It's Safi. It's Edgar Zayas. He loves this grass course here. Well, I mean, he's consistent on the grass course here, especially with the competition he's been facing.
Yeah, and the 4 starts with blinkers have really raised his game. He wasn't bad to begin with. It looks like he's got a little more focus. Back-to-back wins with his friends in September, and then Stakes Company. I mean, my goodness, he was beating 3 1/4 lengths in the Fort Lauderdale behind Major Dude, 3.5 lengths.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's doing that in here.
No, not at all.
Tampa Invaders, the 7 McAvoy, and the 10 Just a Photo. Let's take a look at that. The Cassie Barn has been, painfully slow here. This is at Tampa. And Just a Photo from the back. It's tough to make dents like this at Tampa. He ran pretty well, but McAvoy, he had a little trouble, the former, but McAvoy's going to get the job done here.
Yeah, McAvoy ran huge here, but I agree. Just a Photo, I think. I kept him in my ticket because I think that second off the layoff angle now with him, he was gone for some time, and to run as well as he did, I was pretty impressed. And McAvoy ran very well here, and I don't even think this was a 100% tight horse either.
And here's the thing about Just a Photo. McAvoy we'll see here in Holydale Beach for the first time. Just a Photo's got 2 turf races here. He's run winning races in both of them. One of them was a win.
Exactly.
So he's a big threat in here. I'll give a quick mention to the 4 is Union Trail. He's going to get flattered a lot by the 6 coming out.
Yeah, because now he's not lone speed, but he's got that get to him, and that will really help. Yeah,
he's going to be the job on the front end got a little easier with the long shot scratch. Late pick 5 in race 7. We're back on the Tapeta at 1 1/16. It's a starter optional claimer for the 3-year-olds. It's a clean 8-pack. We'll take a look at Samantha's late pick 5 ticket right now.
$18 is the play. I've got 2 singles, race 8. That is Wink of an Eye, and in race 11, there's Bring Me a Check. The stakes, I'm just using the 2 Clement horses. I feel like it's a tougher race than it looks like on paper, but those are the 2 I went down with for $18.
All right, I like it. We're going to get to that stakes in a second, and Breathaway's in there. Oh, that's right. He's got Ozara too. Yeah, he's got both of the favorites in there. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it here. You're out. Okay, you're outside the box here. Well, Big Boy Jackie's 5-1, or could be lower than that. I faded him a little bit. I don't know if he's making the front, and that worried me a little bit.
Yeah, he might not. I don't know what Mika will do. He's on the speed message from the king.
Yeah.
He could go or not. But Big Boy Jack, I mean, there's going to be a huge scent mission there.
Yeah, it's going to be. You're going to know a lot more about your chances after a quarter mile.
Yeah.
If Big Boy Jack's dueling with message from the king, it's over.
Yep.
If he's freewheeling or if he's able to settle a little bit, he's got a big chance. A 2-time winner in a field of 1-fers is definitely a big deal. You have my pick nowhere, Esperanzito. Let's take a look at his debut because it's important. Because it was on the Tapeta, and it was an absolute romp. This was impressive. Looping him, too.
Yeah, on debut, which is crazy for this barn. I mean, it was very, very impressive. Again, during the championship meet, this is not easy to do at all. He can take a step forward. They tried him on the grass, and he didn't run poorly at all. I used him in my ticket.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't disgraced at all on the turf.
Not at all.
That was a pretty good effort. Quizler's got it going now, who beat him last time. So that was Quizler winning right back. So this is an impressive performance, and the fact that he's back on Tapeta, I think, is really going to help him. River of Time is your morning line favorite, and he's a player as well.
Especially getting back to the Tapeta with these connections now.
Yeah, exactly. Jorge Delgado's going to take over for Billy Therinos, who's now up at Woodbine. Our friends up there kick off today. Wish them the best of luck, and we see him each and every winter. But now Roddy with Jorge Delgado on a New York bred, so we'll see. River of Time, another horse back on Tapeta. Big chance in there. The late pick 4 kicks off in race number 8. We're at 7 furlongs on a fast main track. We'll look at my ticket real quickly in here. It's a $20 play. I've got a single. I guess it's aggressive because you could go different ways in here.
That was my single, too.
Oh, it was? All right. I'm on... Yeah, I got the 2 Clements. 97's my order, Ozara. And then a big late double for me. I'm on the 7. Don't Mess with Tess. That's my long shot in race 10.
That's my long shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez.
What the heck? They never better, so we'll see. And then in race number 11, the 9, Bring Me a Check, is also. I'm copying your picks, I guess.
All right, well.
You're copying mine. Don't Mess with Tess will probably be 2-1 today. I remember Pete texted me last time, how in the world was she 11-1? And I said, I have no idea. And now I put her at 8, and maybe they're going to bet her today. Who knows? Time will tell. Back on this one in race number 8, and this is 7 furlongs, $8,000 2L for the fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We got the same exacta in here. Wink of an Eye back on the main track. It's a very difficult race. This is not a race where, everybody's just supposed to be 9-7.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I didn't think so. But you look, you've got Mary Epler's main jockey. This is Edgar Zayas here. The last win was on the dirt here. Just nibbled on the dirt before. I think this is just a perfect post, too.
Yeah, routing twice off the claim on Tapeta. Yeah, I don't want to say it didn't work, but she's back on what she wants to do.
Right.
She was big odds in both of those 4th-place finishes. Queen of Souls got speed and has Paco, though neither of those things are ever bad.
No, not at all. Gosh, but she wasn't that great last time. I think you had her. You tried her last time. Yeah, and Starship Legend and Rocky Seas, they just run their race. It's hard to think we wanted to stay away from that race.
Yeah, and there's some speed in here, too, and I think that's a problem for Queen of Soul because she got dueled into defeat last time, and at least on paper, Sonny's Golden Lady, the 4, is faster than her. The Monroe is the feature today. Race number 9, $75,000 on the line. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. The 3 Pursuit of Legacy is out. The 10 Lady Firefoot is out. The 2 Di Regresso is going to run. Amazing.
Wow.
But she's not going to win, but at least for our money.
Yeah.
And, we're right back to 2 Clements. So Ozara's tactical speed gives her a big leg up on Breathaway's closing in class.
Exactly. And when you have a Misael Jaramillo aboard, and I mentioned this in my preview for this race, I just feel like we'll get a different dynamic out of her.
Yeah.
I think if she gets brave on the front end, I don't think she'll stop. I think she'll forget to stop.
Yeah, I think regardless of where she is, she's going to sit a good trip. You got Sunatra, who's going to be in front.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair.
But that's fine. She's
That's
30
fine,
to
yeah.
1. That's fine.
She can sit right off.
Sitting right off, and I think that she's going to let's show Breath Away. She's going to get first run on Breath Away. I don't want to beat her up, but she's a disappointment. Correct? She was supposed to be going places.
Yeah, she was.
She was good at 3.
The 29. Okay, so this was in the Sand
Yeah.
Springs.
And there's nothing to show here. She runs third.
This was
what she does.
Yeah, this was such a weird race. They bet moving on up. Everybody in the world knew that horse was going to win except us this day.
Boy, this goes in the Hall of Fame for Edgard. This is where I start. This is remarkable ride by Edgard Zayas.
Yeah, I
loved it.
But the money on this horse was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. She's a $35,000 claimer. And
but I agree with what your point is. Breath Away. You were sitting right in front of the winner the whole time. You're supposed to take off, not the other way around.
Absolutely. And back to the original, great job by Safi and the team for getting this horse to win a stakes race. But she was originally a $35,000 claimer. That's your spot, Breath Away. Go win that race, and she got drubbed. So, to me, again, the tactical speed of Ozara. We got a stat with Pletcher for Life's an Audible. I have not seen anything this year. All right, that's great, and that's a big stat.
It is,
and this is a Hall of Fame barn. Those are all great. Neither of her races this year on turf without Lasix would split this field.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
But that was when she was a 3-year-old.
Well, in December off the layoff, okay, but she didn't run at all in the Honey Fox.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that her only good races were at 3.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Okay.
100%.
When you said split the field, I thought you meant like win easy. What did you mean?
No, I mean like run 6th.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sorry. I thought you meant like win. I was like,
and
she hasn't been good in a long time.
No, she has not been good in a long time.
Yeah.
And she needed Lasix and Tapeta to get to the winner's circle.
Yeah.
Dennis is trying to go better right now as we blast her a little bit. Life's an Audible. Race number 10 kicks off the late double. Back on a mile and 70 on the Tapeta. $10,000 claimers here. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. This is a rainbow sweeping kind of race. You can go everywhere, and we're on the same darn horse here. Don't mess with Tess. Ran good last time. They never bet her. 19, 35, and 11. She ran well last time.
She did. Do you have this replay? Is that
no? We got another one.
Okay, it's another one. Okay.
A lot of speed in this race for her.
There is, and I think that should just set her up in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
She has admittedly had trouble breaking through. I don't see a win on my page at least, but this is a good setup for her today. We have the replay of the one, Miss San Gabriel, for getting to stop over Misprint. Amazing Queen. This is a gang kind of race. Worldly Beauty's back there. Miss San Gabriel ran well because while it looks like on paper she was like a lone F and just kind of ran around there, you can see Misprint was pressing her and made her earn it.
Yeah, she really did. And Misprint has really just stepped up all of a sudden. I don't really know where that's come from. It's kind of it's just interesting how these Tapeta horses just on any given day.
Right.
And that's why you say this is a rainbow race.
Yeah, and here's the problem with this race. It was a merry-go-round. They ran 1-2 the entire way around. Nobody made a dent. Now, Misprint came back to win at this level. So, I mean, she's a player in here. I just feel like things up front are going to get taxed a little more. There's a lot of speed in this race, and I think that's probably why we both landed on the same horse. It's got a rating gear. It's why I put Pacific Princess, who prepped at Tampa on the dirt. She doesn't want to do that. She's all right on the Tapeta. I know she's just got one win, but those races were against way better.
Yeah. Oh, but God, they took the blinkers off, and now they're back on. A 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I just think I think she's found her level, and I think they put the blinkers on, and if she happens to win today, it was the blinkers.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just she's not as the same class anymore.
No, she's going to find some friends. Elijah Greenidge got a win the other yesterday, right? Good to see him back in riding the other day. Thursday.
Maybe I can't remember,
Race 11 is on the turf here, and this is a fun one to wrap up the card. It's an optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up. Let's scratch the 3. Gamekeeper at a big number. My goodness, we apparently handicapped this card together. The 9, Bring Me a Check, is one of the the 7, Centro de Lantero, is out as well. Excuse me on that. There's more going on here than just us picking the same horse. A very difficult race, but we do land on the same horse. Bring Me a Check ran well last time. He did give it up late.
He did, but now we'll cut back that extra 16th, which should help a little bit. There's no Chow Chuck. Chow Chuck, it's been
good.
Amazing. Yeah, and Dear Dad, he didn't run too bad on the Tapeta the other day in that handicap. So I think that this is a good post position. We'll look at a stat, too, with Mike Maker, and I believe it's a jockey trainer stat, I think.
19%.
Oh, yeah, look at this on the turf.
All right.
It's a big sample and a pretty nice percentage, too.
Yep, no doubt about it. He is your 4-1 morning line favorite. Now, whoever's going to be favored, you could come up with 4 or 5 different ones. It's a 4-1 favorite kind of race, right? And that's what really, the back double here today, the late double, is going to be real problematic for horizontals, and that's how you're going to get paid. So hopefully we can get alive to it.
Right.
The 10, Barrage. Barrage is interesting.
Yes.
He's got those 3 races in New York win this race.
Yeah, they would.
Back with Nick Palmer today.
Yep, and it's not a question to him on how to train this horse because he's had this horse before.
Absolutely.
The last time he won here was this time last year.
Yeah.
Not almost to the day, but 3 for 4 at least on the top 3 on the turf here. So I think for a piece, he's interesting.
Yeah, and those races were with Nick. So, I mean, Nick does a good job here. And this is another one of those horses that could go favorite in here. You got Paco with some speed towards the outside. Let's take a look quickly at the replay for the man up front. And this is the horse that – this is a freak job. This is also the Gulfstream Park turf course that we've been talking about now for the entire year. He's supposed to be 5th in this race, and he just sprints off the far turn and wins.
Yeah,
this is a remarkable effort.
Yeah, the rails were at 73 feet, and that helped him quite a bit. What an awesome beast. Meh. That's what I have to say about that horse. And Jack Kerouac still hasn't won.
Yeah, yes and yes and yes. I don't really care about that.
It's just the way he did it.
The way he did it.
Yeah.
He's thrown a 23. He's thrown a 22 and 4 second quarter in there. Like I said, he's supposed to be 5th, and he's streaking late.
Yep.
So if they give him a free pass up front, everybody's going to be in trouble, and he's a horse that puts pressure on everybody else in the race, including the jockeys. Let's go to the lightning round after this fun one here. Tomorrow's a fun one too in the stakes tomorrow because Miss Scambolini is coming back, and she is really good for the Hall of Famer Todd Pletcher.
Yeah, she is. I know we kind of talked about this race the other day, and she is really, like, you watch this gallop out too. She, like a brick wall, would have had to stop her, honestly. She ran massive here. She had checked the grade in her sights, just had her clocked the whole time, and oof. That was nice.
Never really asked for anything either. No. She comes back off a layoff, facing older horses. Exciting to see her back. Exciting to see her here at Gulfstream Park as well. We talked about it yesterday. It is now open, the Preakness Future wager. I would highly recommend you waiting until about 8 o'clock tonight if you're going to play this wager. You get all the way to next Saturday to play it, for that matter. But if you've got an opinion in the Derby, this is a great wager for you.
Yeah, it is. And if you bet tap to Pan Street early, make sure you withdraw that and put it on somebody else here because he won't be back for that. But I think that this is a fantastic wager, and I'm going to take part of it for sure.
Yeah, and that's why we say just wait till 5 o'clock next Saturday, for that matter, to be perfectly blunt with you, because unfortunately, as we saw this morning, anything can happen. TT Pick 3 and the Coast to Coast are both back today. The TT Pick 3 kicks off in race number 6, 9, and 11, $3. Samantha's got that ticket out there. Great wager. Of course, Overlay City, Coast to Coast between Gulfstream and our sister track out at Santa Anita. We got a 2-hour and 29-minute menu. I promise you that I think is right. 2 here, 3 at Santa Anita. How about your best bet today?
Nate the Great from me, yeah.
Okay. I am earlier in race number 2 with Richard Avenue. And same long shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't mess with Tess. We'll see about that. They never bet her, so maybe she's going to be 5-2 today. I don't know. That's a little bit later on. Fun card today. Pete's upstairs with your scratches and chain. Is Ronnie coming out for the opener. Thanks for being aboard.